Welcome to Zero Hero, a short video blog from HBA and Compass aimed to make your Zero journey easier. Please note that all the slides today have been created from existing Zero training videos. Zero has rapidly changed in the past few years, so sometimes the pictures that are used are old screenshots or overseas versions. Where possible, each session is followed up by a live demonstration. If you have any queries regarding any content delivered today, feel free to contact me via email, victoria@hbaencompass.com.au or phone 0754 44 7094.
Welcome to Contra Sales and Purchases.
Contra sales and purchases are something that creates a bit of a headache for most people, and from time to time you might find that you sell goods to the same person that you buy goods off. A perfect example of that might be an earth moving company that subcontracts to someone, but from time to time on other contracts gets that person to contract for them. And what you can do is you can, with their permission, offset the sale and the purchase invoices. There is a way to do it, and the way to do it is to create a suspense account or a Contras account. The example here says suspense. Personally, I'd make it a Contras so that it's different to suspense, because suspense is usually something that you don't know what it is. But you need to make sure when you go into your chart of accounts that you've ticked the enable payments to this account box down the bottom, because if you don't, then what I'm going to show you now won't work. Then we find the sales invoice either by going into sales invoices and clicking on it, or you can search for it, whatever it is. But once you find the invoice, you need to make the payment for the amount you're going to contra, the date you're going to contra it, but instead of making it a bank account, we click to the liability here, which is the suspense account or the clearing account, whichever one you're going to use. Make sure that if you do have a couple of clearing accounts or suspense accounts that you use the same one for both transactions. So you just click it to suspense, and then we click add payment. Then we need to do the same thing on the purchase bill, exactly the same process. Go to purchases bills, find the bill you want to contra, have the same date, you click on the paid from and make sure it goes to the same contra account and add payment. So what that will do behind the scenes is it tells Xero that you've received a payment for the sales, it tells Xero that you've received a payment for the purchases, but instead of putting fake transactions through your bank account, which may confuse you at a later date, it puts a debit and a credit, or an in and an out, whichever you want to call it, through the contra account. Quite simple, as long as it's done in the correct method, and you need to really make sure that you've got that enable payments box ticked. Setting up a new account. Setting up a Contra account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset some payments here to show you how to do that, which is what we talked about early on. So if we go to sales, and we'll make it Bayside Club. What we're going to do is we're going to pay it today. We're going to pay it to our Contras account for $234. And then if we go to our purchases, I'm going to go to Bayside Wholesale. And I'm going to make that $234, today's date. And the Contra account. So you can see here that Bayside Wholesale has had a payment of $234. There's still $606 owing. And if I then go into a general ledger account, I'll just show you the transactions that show the Contra. So you can see that we've got money going in, money going out, so it equals zero. So we've been able to offset the sales and the purchases to the same person. So very handy if you do sell things to people that you actually buy things from. My name's Victoria Berry. I'm one of the directors of HBA and Compass. So if you need to contact me, my email address is victoria@hbaencompass.com.au, or of course our phone number is 0754 44 7094. Thanks for listening.